Well, hey there, my friends. How are you? I am coming to you again today with more on your thyroid. And let me tell you, this is one of the topics that I love to talk about the most to my clients because it's so important, and unfortunately, so many doctors overlook it. So I hope last week you enjoyed my video talking about the background of thyroid conditions, what it means to be hypo, what it means to be hyper, and a little bit more information that was a little bit more clinical, medical. This week, I want to focus on why you should get your thyroid checked and how important it is to pregnancy. So I hope that video was helpful last week, and I hope this week's video is equally as helpful. So I'm going to jump right in. As I mentioned, thyroid is the number one thing that I talk about with my clients the second we start our sessions. And I can tell you that 3 out of 4 clients that I have worked with have had a thyroid issue that either wasn't taken seriously or was completely undiagnosed that could have caused their failures as well as their miscarriages. I wish that that wasn't the case, because fixing the thyroid with medication is one of the easiest things that you can do. So truthfully, I want to make a blanket statement saying that I think that every single woman should have her thyroid checked no matter where she is, because truthfully, a thyroid condition can occur at any time. It can occur before pregnancy, it can occur during pregnancy, and it can occur after pregnancy. So I just hope that that's clear. If there's anything that you can take from this video, is thyroid is really important for all women to have checked. Now, as I mentioned before, why it's so important when you are pregnant or trying to get pregnant is that just because you had a normal thyroid before pregnancy doesn't mean that the first 3 months that thyroid doesn't get out of whack. So it can happen during pregnancy. Let me repeat that for the people in the back. A thyroid condition can develop during pregnancy, even if you didn't have one prior to pregnancy. So in order to prevent any of the effects of a uncontrolled thyroid, I would recommend that when you get your beta HCG test done, that you also have a thyroid test. I should say that there are going to be doctors out there who don't want to do this, who are going to say wherever you heard this from is crazy. But for the 3 out of 4 women who are going to have a thyroid issue that I've been working with, it was a simple test that they could have asked for that could have prevented some of this heartache. So that's the first thing I wanted to tell you. It's also very good if they do find a issue with your thyroid in the first 3 months to get it checked every 4 weeks after that, because oftentimes your thyroid will fluctuate and it will require some of your medication to be adjusted. So let me step back for a second and explain to you why the thyroid is important to be in check altogether. Thyroid hormones are crucial for normal development of the baby's brain and nervous system. And in the first 3 months, the baby depends on you for those hormones. So if you don't have your hormones in check, unfortunately, it can cause miscarriage, early birth, as well as birth defects. Now, I'm not trying to be doom and gloom here. That's not my purpose. My purpose is for us to educate ourselves so that when we know better, we do better. So for the person who's listening to this, who's had failure after failure and has had miscarriages, I'm just giving you something to think about. Is this something I need to ask my doctor about? And again, it's a simple blood test. right? And go back to last week's video to figure out what exactly you should be testing for, because I detailed that out very clearly in last week's video. So what can you do if, unfortunately, you get told that you do have a thyroid condition and you're pregnant and you're panicking? So in addition to medications, which again, go back to last week's video, I mentioned the different kinds of medications that a doctor can put you on. If you are diagnosed with hypothyroidism, it is suggested that you have a diet rich in iodine foods, such as seafood, eggs, meat, poultry, and iodized salt. Those are some things, in addition to the medication, that can help regulate that thyroid for you. If you are hyper, you're going to want to eat cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and cabbage, and you're going to want to avoid iodine-rich foods altogether. So just a couple of things that you can do in addition to your medication. So I really want to impress, because again, this is something that I get on my soapbox about, how important having your thyroid in check can be at any stage of a woman's life, but also can be during pregnancy. Because my goal for you, my friends, is for your next cycle to be your best cycle. And it's also for you to prevent unnecessary disappointment and failure and miscarriage. So again, it is such a simple test. It is something easy to ask for. Advocate for yourselves, my friends. And even if your doctor says, I don't know what crazy person you heard that from, blah, 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 I'm telling you, 3 out of 4 of my patients, when I mention thyroid, say to me, oh, somebody said that it was low, somebody said it was high, or yeah, my mom has a thyroid problem. I'm telling you that this can be helped. There's something there that we do not know about our bodies at this point, that perhaps even going through infertility, maybe our systems are somehow, triggered. I don't know. I can't tell you that, but I can tell you that having a thyroid test is an easy peasy fix. So I hope this was helpful. Advocate for yourselves, my friends. So, so, so important. Next week, I'm coming to you with another fantastic topic. I'm also going to come up with a little cheat sheet that I will post so you can see what normal ranges should look like throughout prior to pregnancy, during pregnancy, and all of that fun stuff. And don't think that after having 3 kids, you can't get a condition either, because I will tell you that I was left with Hashimoto's shortly after the birth of my 3rd child. So, and I had conditions during pregnancy as well. So don't think also, if you're listening to this and you're like, I'm done having children, if you're feeling tired, and again, go back to last week's video with all the symptoms, could be a condition. So I hope that was helpful. I'm Karen Rich, and I'm a fertility coach, and I love helping women get through the process more quickly and easily than they could on their own. And you can go to my website, www.karenrich, CARYN, Rich, RICH.com. I've got a whole bunch of great information there, some freebies that you can download, great blog posts where you can educate yourself a little bit more about all things having to do with fertility. So I hope that was helpful. And drop your comments. Let me know what was the most interesting part for you. I'd love to know if there was something in this video that you didn't know before. And I'd love to know if you have any further questions. So DM me, and I'd love to hear from you. Have a great day, and I really hope that this was helpful. Share it with somebody who needs to hear it, because again, thyroid is so important. Have a great day, guys.